Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jared McKenzie of the You Want Podcast. Today, I wanted to talk about Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. So, if you haven't heard, if you live under a rock, you just don't know, Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou are going to be going head to head in a fight in October. I got a lot of thoughts, questions, and we're gonna go over all of these. First off, I'm pissed off about it. It's just Tyson Fury is the world heavy champ. Heavy champ of the world. That's how pissed off I am. I can't even get the words out. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. You know, the last 3 fights Tyson had, I watched, and they were all garbage. So here's the deal. In boxing, there's 4 belts. It's a 4-belt era. And when you have all four belts, you're undisputed. The best, no contest. But you see, even though he's the champ of the world, he only has the lineal belt, okay? 1 belt. And he's a good fighter. He's one of the best. Some people like to argue him the best heavyweight all time. I don't know if I agree with that. And I definitely don't agree with the fact that he's not acting like it. I'm sure this fight's going to make a lot of money and all that, but he's going to fight someone who's never boxed professionally before. So some people think this guy is the best heavyweight ever, but yet he's fighting a guy, Francis Ngannou, who is a bad mofo, bad motherfucker, but he's an MMA guy, UFC. I mean, he punches really hard. I mean, he's a striker, you know. So, I mean, I don't know. Here's the deal. Never boxed, not professionally. He might have done some training and all that, but just MMA, okay? Well, people are like, well, he could knock out Tyson Fury. He could, but he's not going to. Deontay Wilder was 42, 43, and 0, all by knockout. All the opponents he fought, he knocked all of them out. Arguably one of the most heaviest hitters in boxing history, okay? And he couldn't get Tyson Fury out of there. And he's been boxing, you know? So imagine a guy who hits as hard or maybe just a little bit harder than Deontay Wilder, but has no boxing experience, no pre-fights in the professional, boxing world. And now he's going to go fight one of the guys that's arguably one of the best. Get the fuck out of here, dude. It's different. It's completely different, you know? Of course, it'll be entertaining. It's going to bring a lot of UFC fans to come watch this, but... Okay. We've seen this happen before. Floyd did it with Conor McGregor. Cool. Floyd also had already... He was on his way out, okay? He'd already cleaned out his division. He'd already been the champ for years, undefeated. We get all that. But this is towards the end of his last fight professionally on a record was... Conor McGregor. Okay. And you see what he did. Some are like, well, it was a close fight. He did good. Man, but Floyd just let him wear himself out. Let Conor wear himself out. And then when he had him, it was over. And since Floyd went to Money Mayweather, after the Pretty Boy Floyd era, he wasn't known for knocking people out. And he knocked out Conor, you know? So, but it just shows you there's levels to it, and it's a different sport. And it's a different sport for a reason. Like I said, it's going to generate a lot of money and all that. But my biggest thing about it that pisses me off the most is so Tyson has 1 belt, okay, the linear belt. But there's another guy that's undefeated who's also the heavyweight champ of the world, and he's got the other 3 belts. You won't make a fight happen with this guy. I've talked about it on this podcast before, but I'm not even saying – I think it would be a closer fight than what people think, but most people are going to give it to Fury. But it's like Fury's running. And I even seen Fury on First Take. They're like, what happens after you knock out Francis Ngannou? You're going to fight AJ. You're going to fight Andy Ruiz. He's like, I'm going to fight Roy Jones Jr. You're going to fight a grandpa? I mean, he's trolling, but it's like, why did Stephen A. not ask him about Usyk? That's what all boxing fans want to hear about. And he didn't ask him. So it's almost like his team is telling Stephen A., don't ask him about Usyk. I don't know what to think about that. So, like I said, I'll watch it, but it's, bruh, what are you doing, Tyson Fury? Go fight Usyk. Go fight Usyk. So I don't. He let me down in this. Of course, I'll go and watch that. And his last 2 fights before this, he fought Derek Chisora. He made it happen like that. All right. He already fought Chisora twice and beat him easily. And then you go fight him again. And before that, Dillian White, okay. I mean, I think it was a mandatory. But still, Dillian White wasn't on his level. And y'all made that fight easily. Usyk and y'all been negotiating this fight for like 2 years. And he's like, well, I'll take 70%. Usyk take 30. We'll see if he'll take that. Usyk's like, I'd take it. I'll do it, belly, greedy belly. And he still didn't make it happen. And then he's turning around saying, Usyk's pussy, he won't make it happen. Bro, you're lying. That's cap. So that's kind of where we are. So, and they're hyping this thing up like Mike Tyson is training Francis Ngannou. And you go look at his training. Mike still looks like he's got it. Even for being an old man, he looks like he's still got it. But they're just trying to hype this up, build this up. And you could even tell in the press conference, when Tyson Fury was fighting Deontay Wilder any of the 3 times, they were bad-mouthing each other. It was a war. Like, they wanted blood. Like, da-da-da. And this press conference, the 2 press conferences before that, it was all like, man, he's a good fighter, good guy. Like, it just seems like Tyson knows he's going to win. Because he does. And y'all are backing him. Cut this shit out. We got Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. Boy, was that a fight. But they made that fight happen. Tank and Ryan Garcia, they made that fight happen. Canelo didn't fight Benavidez, but he is 2 undisputed fighters. Charlo and Canelo Alvarez are fighting. That's a big fight. So we're making big fights happen in boxing again. And then you got Fury on this bullshit. So that's my thought on that. And I'm a boxing fan, so anyways. So that's my thoughts on this Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou. I think Tyson Fury, if he doesn't play well, if he actually goes hard and just wants to get him out of there, probably the last 2-3 rounds. If he actually is just trying just to make a show happen and not really trying, it'll probably go like 9. Oh, and on top of all this, let me, mind you, it's an expedition. So even if Tyson Fury in a snowball's chance in hell beats Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, then it doesn't pad his record. Like, he doesn't get a loss. And on top of all of that, he's got a clause in this fight. So if Fury loses, he gets another chance. Why are you doing this with a UFC fighter? It's a whole lot of rigged bullshit. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Y'all come back. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all.